Today I'm going to read to you a fanfic that I wrote when I was 15 on Wattpad. Back in high school, I was obsessed with the sports anime Kuroko no Basket. And by obsessed, I mean I packed my delusions and fantasies about the anime in the form of, you guessed it, fanfiction. And to my surprise, it blew up on Wattpad. It has 230,000 reads and almost 7,000 votes, and to a mere introverted, slightly unhinged teenage girl back in the day, those numbers and validation from countless internet strangers were worth millions to her crippling self-confidence. Now, between you and me, I don't think I want to risk getting an aneurysm over reading this. Instead of racking up hospital bills, I thought, why not I hire Fiverr voice actors to dub my OCs so you guys could get the feel of the story. So let me hear you give it up for my OCs.
Hi, I'm Sakura. I have no discerning personality other than having 3 mental breakdowns a day because I'm hopelessly in love with a guy who doesn't want me. Why do I like him? I don't know. But all I know is that my creator refuses to give me psychiatric help for the sake of the plot. Anyway, nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Ren. I'm the unattainable student council president that Sakura gets mental breakdowns over. I'm mysterious, aloof, and on top of it all, I'm hot and rich as fuck. But I don't brag about it in the story. Sakura does all of that. I don't know why she likes me, because I'm kind of an asshole to her. Do I have feelings for Sakura? Who knows? You can be the judge of that after reading all 39 chapters. But I suggest that you don't. Hey, I'm Haru. I'm the second male love interest who loves Sakura for who she is, while she pines for that one emotionally unavailable douchebag. I love her because, I don't know. I can't describe it. I just love her.
Now that you met the cast, enjoy the embarrassing fanfic written by a hormonal teenage girl and dubbed by these talented voice actors. Without further ado, enjoy.
Chapter 4. Achoo! Not a single soul was outside in the late, cold downpour afternoon, except for one brunette girl who took shelter underneath a stranger's front deck. Sakura stretched out a pale, wet fist, hitting her knuckles rapidly against the dry, white, painted door. Her ears perked to the sounds of locks unlocking. The door hinges gave out a creaking sound as it slowly swung open. This is so embarrassing! I completely forgot I'm drenched! Why did it have to rain so heavily today? Sakura thought, avoiding eye contact with the tall-looking guy in front of her. Excuse me, sir. Do you happen to know which direction the train station is? Sakura bowed, her teeth chattering noisily as a gust of cold wind blew past her.
I doubt you can get there by foot in this weather.
Her heart skipped a beat to the stranger's cool, composed voice. She could recognize that arrogant voice from anywhere. It belonged to her arch-rival, Ren. Sakura spun on her heel 180 degrees and marched away from the front door into the flooded street. Her pride couldn't take it. Asking for help from her worst enemy? She'd rather drown in this downpour than to accept aid from him. Before she could dip her feet into a puddle, she felt a warm yet soft hand pull her wrist. She whipped her head to the source and came face to face with a drenched Ren. Raindrops dripped at the tips of Ren's long black bangs, which curtained one of his heterochromic eyes. Sakura watched Ren's handsome face carefully, not realizing her eyes were gradually trailing down to his wet t-shirt that sculpted his lean torso so perfectly. A clap of thunder snapped her back from her trance-like state. Upon realizing what she was doing, a growing warmth enveloped her wet cheeks. Was she checking him out? Ren swiftly locked the front door before Sakura could open her mouth to protest. The entrance lights flickered above their heads as another wave of thunder rumbled ominously in the distance. The ground beneath their feet shook in soft tremors, and it wasn't long till the lights blinked out. Sakura and Ren both stared at each other in the dimly lit entrance hall. A power outage. Unwalkable weather. Enemy number 1. Sakura was slowly coming to terms that she was going to be stuck with Ren for who knows how long. Sakura hugged her chest, not only in an attempt to keep herself warm, but to also keep her racing heart under control.
Cold.
If you were cold, why the hell would you still walk in a storm? Idiot.
Ren sighed in frustration.
Because
Sakura quickly sneezed into her wet school sweater.
I'd rather walk in a storm than to ask for help from the likes of you.
I'll go get towels.
Ren muttered, deadpanned, walking off upstairs.
And the sanitizing spray.
Chapter 25. My December Wish. Sakura stayed for her after-school classroom cleaning duty. It was her turn to clean along with her fellow male blonde classmate. They wiped down tables and windows, powdered the blackboard eraser outside, neatly stacked all the books in their designated places, and swept and mopped the classroom floor. Although there was a lot to do, they cleaned in comfortable silence.
Thank you for your help, Sakura.
Her blonde classmate smiled warmly, closing the classroom from the outside.
Thanks to you too. Haru?
Sakura took a blind guess at who this blonde male was. She wanted to punch herself in the face for her unconfident gratitude. She was positive that was his name.
Yes, it's Haru.
Haru shyly laughed.
I'm really sorry.
Sakura tensely apologized out of habit. Oh shoot, that was awkward. Why did she have to make it so awkward between them? What was she apologizing for?
Have a fun weekend!
She sprinted to the end of the hallway. Before Haru had a chance to bid her farewell, she turned a corner and made a break downstairs. She decided to forget that interaction even happened. Finally reaching the ground floor, Sakura halted in her steps upon catching sight of 2 students by the school exit. One of the students, a girl, was tainting the air with her soft sobs. In front of her was the handsome yet stoic student council president.
I don't plan to be anyone's December wish.
Ren uttered, unfeeling.
I apologize, but I have to reject your proposal to the Christmas Eve ball.
The Christmas Eve ball was known for being the most romantic and magical event of the school year, even more romantic than Valentine's Day and White Day combined. Being asked to be someone's December wish at this year's Christmas Eve ball was as good as professing one's feelings to the person they like. Legend says that it worked best if you proposed by shouting on top of your lungs, but many students digress. You don't have to be my December wish. The girl managed to exhale through her sobs. But could you at least accept my feelings? A last desperate attempt. Sakura's heart drummed in her ears. She couldn't believe she was standing there, witnessing all this.
I apologize, but I must reject that too.
A sharp inhale echoed in the air, followed by another fit of sobs from the girl as she exited through the school's glass doors. The door slammed shut, jolting Sakura's senses awake. She blinked to consciousness, catching a pair of intense, heterochromatic eyes staring back at her. Her cheeks flushed bright red. Goosebumps spread across her body the longer he held her gaze. Why was he looking at her that way? Was there something on her face? Should she say something to him?
Hey, Sakura. You still here?
Sakura snapped her head to the familiar voice coming from up the stairs. It was Haru.
I thought you would have left the school by now.
Haru descended down the steps. Sakura turned to look back to where Ren stood, but much to her surprise, he was nowhere to be seen. She still wrestled to calm her beating heart. She shouldn't be having these feelings for Ren after he cruelly made it clear he had no sliver of emotions for her.
Hello?
Haru's voice brought her back to reality.
Yes?
Sakura should really stop dissociating whenever her feelings for Ren overwhelmed her.
So, what's your answer?
Oh, as to why I'm still here?
No.
Haru quietly mumbled, putting a curved finger over his lips.
I have a soft voice for a guy, so it's almost impossible for me to shout. Will you be my December wish to the Christmas Eve ball, Sakura?
And cut! And that concludes our fanfic reading session. What do you guys think?
Hey! You can't just end my chapter on a cliffhanger. Sakura and I were about to...
If you want to see more of us, make sure to like and subscribe to this video.
I don't see the reason why people would want to see more of us, preferably. I'd rather not be here. But if the masses insist... We were just about to get to the good part! Part 2! Part 2!
Before we even think about making a part 2, I want to thank Skillshare, the sponsor of today's video. If you're looking to level up your career or start a new side hustle, luckily for you, Skillshare has got you covered. Of course, it's a given that Skillshare is well known for its wide range of creative classes like photography, animation, illustration, film and video editing, you name it. But did you know that you could also discover classes on entrepreneurship, web development, marketing, and productivity? I have taken an interest in the world of UX UI design, so I thought, why not create my own website and learn Figma? I thought I would have trouble getting through the learning curve of Figma, but when I took Daniel Scott's classes on Figma UI UX Design Essentials, all my worries of learning a new program disappeared. Look, I made a button. Now go subscribe. Be sure to click my link below to be one of the first 500 people to get 1 month free trial of Skillshare. Joining Skillshare with my link would really help the channel out. Thank you Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and thank you guys for watching till the end. See you next time!